What's up, everybody? Today it's all about the plot screen. We've got to get the plot screen in the ground in a hurry. We're trying to beat the rain. Plot screens, man, are the ticket. If you've got a food plot, if you've got just a big field, if you've got a food source, if you're feeding, whatever, if you can screen that off, it is thumbs up, rocking on, daytime action. Highly recommend doing that. So that's what we're doing today. I got to hurry, try to beat this rain. So we're going to get some food plot in. Some plot screen in. Screwed up. So I came in here about 2 weeks ago and I sprayed this with Roundup. And I got that grass pretty much killed back. I come in and mowed it really low, and then I hit it for the first time with the tiller. So, like I said, I'm got to get this fertilizer out, and then I'm trying to beat the rain. Hopefully the rain don't get me here, but this is number one. This is the first one, so we're going to try to get this one in and get it planted before we run out of time. All right, guys, so this year I did things a little bit different. I wanted to try something new. I didn't use Egyptian wheat this year. I've used it for 6 years in a row. I've had pretty good luck with it, although the last couple years my results have been a little bit less. I think it's partly because the micronutrients in the ground, I pretty much used it up. So this was my old plot screen right here on this side. So what I've done is I've actually come in and I have sowed that in switchgrass so that maybe in a couple years, this will be tall enough to where I don't even need the actual plot screen to divide the field anymore. That is the goal, and the switchgrass will stay. I mean, I'll have it for years and years and years. So I went on this side and actually used a sorghum product. Came from Northwoods Whitetails, John Compt, I believe is who it is, and it's really highly recommended, and says it can get to 10 to 14 feet in height. Obviously it's in optimal conditions. I do have some trees down at the bottom down there that will affect the growing of it. I do realize so. But I've got the fertilizer in, I got the seed put out. So all I like here is just dragging over it lightly. And it's starting to rain a little bit, getting some rain on the lens. But so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the second one here, and I'll explain what I'm doing with that one. All right, guys, we're at spot 2. This one's kind of self-explanatory. Right here, all we're wanting is to screen off this stand a little bit better. We do have some miscanthus already in that's coming back up good, which was shocking. I thought the drought got it last year, but it's actually coming back nice. So we're gonna have that, and then I'm gonna have this in addition, so that we can access this stand. This is where Lexi does a lot of her hunting, and we can get in and out of here, without getting busted. We had good luck last year, never really blew the field out, only come in with the right conditions, but more screening the better. So that's what we're doing here. So I'm gonna get fertilizers out and get the seed out and get this thing done too. Get this one ready. So all that we have to do is come back and drag it too. So that's what we're gonna do right now. All right, guys, so we got this one, all the fertilizer, we got the seed put out. So all we gotta do is come back and drag this one. Again, I'm just being a little bit cautious as far as putting a roller on it, just because the soil has a little bit of moisture in it. I don't want to pack it in there too deep. So got number 2 finished. We're headed to number 3, and this is actually going to be a plot screen segmentation. So we're actually splitting the food plot itself. So let's go look at that one. whole idea was to segment this field, give the deer more security, and get more daylight action, and then once that pre-rut gets here, then bucks have to actually come out into the field to see both sides of it. So that's the idea. We're going to get this one planted. All right, guys, so we got this one done. We got to come back and hit this one too on the drag. So this sorghum that I planted actually plants 8 pounds per acre. So I figured up I don't have quite an acre almost, but I bought 2 bags. It comes in little 4-pound bags. And so that's how I seeded it. You want to be careful when you're seeding it because it is a round seed and it will come out quickly. So you want to turn that thing down a little bit so that you don't overseed it. But got it all seeded out. So we're going to go to our 4th spot, and our 4th spot is actually just for access to a stand. And so that's where we're headed now, and we're going to check that one out. All right, guys, last but not least, the 4th spot here is strictly for access. So this summer, I'm working on a new stand. It's going to be right back there in that corner. And on the, I guess that would be the east side of that stand, I've got an almost 1 acre food plot in the works. So totally new setup here. I've had plots here in the past, but we're actually going further, and we're going to make a big plot over there. So we'll be working on over the summer a new stand setup, which I'll show you guys kind of how we're going to build a new stand and where we're going to put it. But what we're working on today is the access. So you'll notice this wraps all the way around and comes all the way around to that field edge over there. So the idea is that we can slip in here with the right wind and be able to slip along this screening to have access to that stand back there. So that's what the last one is we're going to get that access. And I've already got some established switchgrass that's here for an older stand that we used to have back here. So the access is pretty good to start, but I don't have it wrapping all the way around. You know, there is a possibility deer will bed in these woods here, as well as these here. So we wanted to be able to get in and out. And you know what I've learned in the last several years is access is huge, especially on private. Public too, but if you got a private piece and you got food, access is everything. And if you're getting in and out and the deer don't know you're there, you're just doubling your chances for success. So that's the plan. So we're gonna get this one finished up, get everything fertilized, get the seed out, and then again a little wetter than I like, so I'm hesitant to actually pack this. I may just lightly drag it. So that's what we're going to do now. All right, guys. So I used triple 13 today, and I used 4600 to get that nitrogen content. I only went about 50 pounds of each per acre. It calls for a little more than that, but the prices are insane right now. These 2 bags right here, I think cost me like 60 bucks. So, would it might do better if, would it do better if I put more fertilizer on it? Possibly. But I'm just not willing to spend that kind of money for fertilizer. So I think it's important and it's huge when you're planting, but will it grow without it? Yes, it will. All right, guys, so I'm going to jump on the four-wheeler and get this thing, all of these lightly drug and gone over. That should put a wrap on it for today. Seed depth on this is 1 inch. So you do want to get it covered. However, you don't want it too deep. So I've got to kind of watch in spots where I have extra moisture. It doesn't break it up as fine. It can fall in too deep. So I am going to go around, and the drier spots I'm going to drag it lightly. May even run over it with the ATV tires just to kind of pack that in. The wet spots I'll probably kind of shy away from just to make sure we don't pack that too deep into the ground. But that's going to wrap it up today. You know, guys, plot screens are huge, and it don't have to just be for food plots. You know, access screens like I'm doing today. So, you know, in my mind, if you can get the deer fooled to where you can come in and out of a stand, or comfortable where they'll come out into that food plot, it's all the better. And to me, over the years, it's proven to be more daylight activity on those food sources, around those stands, anywhere that the screening is present. So my recommendation is plant a plot screen. It's the 1st of May here almost, and you got a window here. You got a 2 or 3 week window. I'm in Arkansas. You know, once that soil temperature gets to that 60 degrees, you can get this stuff in the ground, and typically it will do well as long as you got some rain with it. But I thank you guys for watching as always, and as always, God bless.